This is one piece out of several, and we take tobacco from the client as a leftover in their cigarette production, and then we produce just a small sample to see if it works, how it works, and it still smells. So the tobacco client can smell on the different surfaces and see different, and recognize it. So our surfaces also do smell. That one is for a museum in UK, and this is, when you shave a pencil, these are the leftovers, and this is what we got from the kids who are visiting the museum, and with that leftovers, we are producing a wallpaper, which looks something like this. This is plastic from the sea, so this is collected in the oceans. Then we crush it, and then we put it on paper to produce a surface with that story. So as you see, I was showing you a lot of crazy things, but this is really that way that we're happy to receive materials from the clients. Then we take it, then we clean it, we crush it, and finally we press it to produce that natural surface. And that natural surface comes on different backings according to the needs. So, for example, if a client is producing boards like this, then we take another material. Then for the carpenter, for example, who likes HBL, then we're happy to produce on HBL. But we also produce on acoustic boards, or we produce stuff like this, which can be placed in between glass. We produce on self-adhesives, for example, to produce labels, to print, to stick on glass. Or we take leather, we take paper, which goes to the packaging industry, for example, to produce something like this. So this is, see, we do have endless options. It goes for injection molding. So there are endless options. And since we do have endless options, this also causes the problem that it's difficult to select. So to help you to select, we have our stock program brochure, where we have 20 different surfaces on HBL, the rigid carrier. So this is a HBL, high pressure laminate, and the surface is okay to roll, but you need the circular saw to cut it. You need the veneer press to combine it with chipboard or something like this. Then beside HBL backings, we also do have self-adhesive variations with our wallpapers. So you just peel the surface, and then you stick it directly on the gypsum board or on wood or whenever. That sticks everywhere. Yes? No? Okay. Here
Martin,
we have the...
Do you prefer to have questions and answers at the end, or when you're presenting, you prefer to ask people?
I'm happy to answer. I can talk until tomorrow if you like, but I'm happy to answer questions if they are just popping up.
Okay, so everybody, you are free to ask anytime, Martin, questions. Thanks.
Okay, so just interrupt me in case you have any questions, and then either I answer immediately or I answer when it fits perfect. But asking me always fits perfect.
I have a question, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, what are the best sellers?
The best sellers from the surfaces, I make the collection when we are in the sample room, and then I grab the samples, and then you see it. All right?
Okay. And your
Okay.
favorite?
My personal favorite is this one, which is the Almwiese. And the Almwiese is just a collection of all the best stories, of all the best ingredients which are coming here from our area. So this is the Alpine Hay as a basis. You know, this is the this is the basis. This is the hand cut Alpine Hay here from the mountains, and this is also the surface where we started. This is one of our best sellers as well, by the way. And then on that surface, we add roses, we add blue cornflower blossoms, we add arnica, we add, of course, we add the daisies. So the daisies are coming from the female farmers, and the male farmers bring the hay. This is the tough work, and the female farmers, now in this time, they go through the meadows and pick the flowers, put it in between newspapers to press it and dry it a little bit, until it comes to our company where we process it and store it in a professional way. So this one, this is Almwiese. This is our favorite and my personal favorite as well. And this surface is available either on flax as a backing to be processed as a wallpaper, but it also comes from stock like this one on that self-adhesive, or you also can select it on HBL backing. These are the variations to meet the expectations from the processing company. Okay, so beside this self-adhesive stuff, we also do have a very flexible material, which is easy to bend, easy to fold, something like this. Then we do have also no backing. So this is just our surface coming without backing. And this can have advantages. For example, if you are making sunshades or blinds, something like this, then this is one option. Another option is just right that away. Another option is to take flax as a backing with a low dense coating, and then in this case it's even double-sided for this client. This is also a version what we can do. And in terms of translucent versions, when I show here you this, you see here the skeleton leaves and the moss. In this case, they are looking a little bit yellow since the paper on the back side is yellow. But if I remove this, then you just see the translucent skeleton leaves. And of course, this looks quite nice. Important.
Can we use it on the window? This
Again?
Can we use it to stick it on the window?
Yes. For example, on the window, this is no problem. Yes, that is UV protected, and we do a lot of windows outside. I mean, to the outside, but also at partition walls. So I just look on our references,
Partition walls.
and then I go to rooms, and then if I scroll down, then there is give me 1 second. This one. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so this is the bank, and here you see the partition walls, and this is how it looks on in scale. So this is the door, And this is about 1.2 meters, and they just place it horizontally. So one side is good to touch, and the other side is good even if it's outside or if it's in the shower or something like this. So this is also, let's say, it's double-sided possibility. For sure, you know that samples. So this is that skeleton leaves on that paper. If I remove the paper, then it is translucent. This is what is also in our stock program, okay? And if I just keep it a little bit against the light, then you see. For lampshade producers, we take a sort of white paper, and then we put the skeleton leaves on top of that paper, sort of paper. Yeah, this is what we do. Here you see, this is also quite interesting. You remember the roses? So these are the roses when they are coming on flux in the full size. But then we can crush the roses. Then they look a little bit different. Then we can add a little bit more of glue to make it, for example, darker. Or we can take really fine crushed roses. And in this case, they're also on the translucent self-adhesive. So this is the back side. Okay, looks like this. And if I keep it against the light, then it looks like this. And if I put it on a full scale on the wall, that special product, see, it's LED lightened from the backside. And then you also see nice effects which are coming due to drying or due to the fast production where the air is producing that sort of stuff. But this is very special. What we have in our stock program, I show you in our Wallpaper Collection book, which is adding our collection books coming like this. Here we have one for HPL-based products, for example, and this is more the wallpaper collection, coming with some technical data, and then coming with our premium line, saying with the Almwiese as a bestseller as well. Then we have a little bit cheaper. We have the variations with the daisies, with the blue cornflowers, with the roses, and then just the very original version. And here we have a high density, so you do not see the backing. But with the beginning of the year, we also introduced our light versions, saying there's less material on top. So for example, that one is the Widest light on a flax fleece. This also has a nice effect if you use it upsalam, if you use it as curtain, for example, or for lampshades. Then we do have that version, a sort of Almwiesen in a light version. And then we do have the skeleton leaves, very affordable. And all that products are coming on the 100% flex fleece. And then we found white eco fleece, which is made out of recycling paper and recycling textile fibers. And here we do have another 6 surfaces. Again, the skeleton leaves and the Alpine Hay, then the blue blossoms, the colored blossoms, the mixed, then the roses, then the moss, and also the blue cornflowers. And if you compare this surface with surfaces you already know from us, this is another style. This is a completely other style. This is, how to say, this is elegant. This is urban. This doesn't, this one fits great to to glass, to concrete, to city centers, to fifth floor or something like this. So this is another style. Yeah, and this is products from stock. This is our Wallpaper Collection book, where we have that 14 decors in a large size in it. So we also do have a lot of more samples. By the way, that one was our meeting room, where you see lots of new products, developments, samples, also the same stuff here. Yeah, it's a little bit chaotic. This is just made that. You see a lot of prototypes in different styles, lamps, stuff like this. Here's also flooring. That one is one more crucial information. All our surfaces do not have any protection on it. So for example, if you look here on the chair, we deliver the surface without any protection, and the chair producer is doing UV lacquer on top of it to protect it. So this chair is now in use probably since 3 years or something like that, and under quite tough conditions for an office, and it's still working great. Here's flooring. As you know, we also produce flooring in cooperation with Lico, a Swiss company, and we send them the quality as it comes in here. Say again? I didn't get it. Say again, please.
Sergio, did you ask something, or it was a different discussion? Sergio?
Okay, I go ahead, if you don't mind.
Sorry, can I address one question, please?
Yes, please.
In fact, I have two of them, and I put them together just to finish. How do you address people with allergies? And
Perfect.
do you apply any hypoallergenic treatment to the surface or not?
I wish you could be here, and then if you would have big allergy problems, I would invite you to take a smell on our products, and you will have the smell and scent in your nose, but no allergies. So we do have a lot of certificates showing that our products are non-allergenic. So we tested it, I think, with 6 or 7 different surfaces, and there are absolutely no allergenics coming out. So you can enjoy the smell of fresh alpine meadows, for example, but you do not get any problems with this. I cannot explain really how it works, but thousands of hotel rooms show that there are no problems.
No, I met,
also
I
from
met your products a few years ago in a fair in Köln, I guess. But my when I propose this product to the offices, a lot of landlords and I don't know, the others have concerns about this issue. And the other issue I met was, do these products have any fire resistance limitations? Can we propose them to tall buildings?
Yes, we do. We just have been counting the numbers of projects, what we did in the last 6 years since we started with the first products. And in that numbers, or in that time, we had about 10,000 projects worldwide, and none of them there were any problems with the allergy. And on our website in the service area, in the download, you see the certificates and the data sheets, and there you can download the certificates for showing non-allergenic and also for fire rating. Fire rating in general, we do have very good fire rating, but it always depends on the full setup. So
of course.
I just show you the extreme version. If we produce our surface on gypsum fibers, then the full product is A2 rated, not inflammable, including our hay. If our HPL backing with the hay on top of it is sticked on A2 board, it's BS1D0 without any additional treatment. Our wallpapers, that stuff, is CS1D0. Wallpapers like this is the light version, is BS1D0. We did in the last 2 years, we did a lot of fire rating tests. We invested something like 40,000 euros, and we are short before getting a certificate showing all our products on every from our backings, either flax or paper or HPL or even the self-adhesives, on top of every backing which is not tested, even normal chipboard or MDF or something like this, is BS1D0 in combination with additional impregnation what we add on top of it. But this is now due to the situation we stopped a little bit that certificate issue. But for example, here you see a few sheets where we you see the black self-adhesive, you see chipboard, and this is the surface. And this surface is fire rated BS1D0, like it is here. Okay, so we do have a lot of options for the fire rating, also for the floor. If I look on the data sheet of the floor, this is one second. This floor is good for restaurants, and the fire rating is CFLS1. So we sold about 3,000 square meters to a restaurant chain, and yeah, this was working perfect. And this chain is from in Germany, in Singapore, in Austria. So this works well. No problems from that end.
Thank you so much for your answers.
Yeah, sorry a little bit for the confusion, but if you go on the website, service download certificates, also of course in the English version, then you have all the data. Here you see the flooring is basically coming in two versions, either on cork, 4 millimeter thick, just to glue down, or the click version, as you see here with the edge, just to fit together. Yeah. So this was the floor, and there's also one small sample of the floor in the brochure, just to show the difference when the surface is coated and protected, comparing to the other surfaces which are not coated and not protected. But you can use all sorts of lacquers or oils or anything else just to protect it if you need it. I guess about 95% of our clients are using the surface as it comes from us. There is no additional protection. It's just that natural surface what we have. This natural surface is good for almost all vertical applications, except in outdoor, and obviously except in high humid areas like when you spray in the bathroom or something like this. If you want to seal it, you either can lacquer it, or you put additional glossy epoxy on top of it, for example, or stuff like this. In cooperation with a large company, we will release this year a range of surfaces which is good also to place in showers, also on floorings in showers or at swimming pools or something like this. Okay, so let's start a little bit walking around. So just interrupt me if you see something what is very nice for you. These are just small samples of our raw materials where we just show different qualities just to show possibilities. Yeah. Okay, then this surface is one of another favorite of me. That one is hop. Hop is usually used to brew beer, and that hop is coming on top of a silver colored wallpaper. And this was a very nice project for a brewery. Yeah. Here in the office, you see Alexandra. Hello, Alexandra. This is Ben. Ben is our IT specialist. Clara is not here at the moment. She is taking care about design and also just designing care products, shampoo and stuff like this. This is what we release shortly. And that lady over there is Celine. Celine is taking care about certificates. So if there are any questions in terms of fire, she is taking care about. Okay, so then here in the entrance, you see a lot of our awards, what we won. So from the Interzoom Award and Red Dot and all that stuff, everywhere where we participate with our idea and with our products, we get the gold or the best. Oh, that one is Bibi. Bibi is taking, most of you probably know Bibi. Bibi is taking care about ordering and shipment and stuff like this. She's the nice lady on the phone. And at the moment, there's also Fleece, now becoming famous. Fleece is owned by Anna. Anna, she is working at the moment right now with the rabbit as well. Say hello, rabbit. Say hello, Anna.
Hi.
Okay. Anna is, I don't know what Anna is doing, but she's doing a very good job together with Bibi. So then if you go to the productions, then here you see we are quite busy. I cannot go outside, but on the outside, because of the internet, but on the outside, there is our facilities where we get the materials from the farmers and where we cut it and crush it and mix it. Then parts of the stuff is coming here, where we select it, where we store it. So this is our small warehouse, where we use the materials within 2 or 3 weeks. And yeah, then we have a larger warehouse over there. Finally, the material is coming in here. And then here you see, for example, that one is citron grass, a certain quality made with that machine in the size of 8 millimeter. This is 51 kilos. And this is that quality. And if you're now heading to Maria and Katrin, this is Katrin. She's taking care about our HDL production. This is the area here. So here I show you some other raw materials. This is the Alpine Hay as the raw material, but in a long size. That one is the same Alpine Hay, but in a short size. And then here we do have lavender stems, where we cut to smaller pieces, and then that was the production of yesterday or something. Then this is the small machine, where we put the HPL on that table. Then that one is making the liquid. See, it's spraying a little bit. And here is a little bit fog of the liquid coming on top of it. And then we do different layers of the product. And all that stuff is, the recipe is coming very exactly. So here we check about 40 parameters to make sure that every sheet is looking the same. And if I look here under the release paper, then you see, I don't know exactly, probably the third press of, it's the third press. Yeah, it's the third press of that layer where we have the liquid glue in combination with the top layer of the cut citron grass. And then this goes into the small press where it's get compressed very strong. And when it comes out, it's ready to get coated with additional slices of lemon to produce the final quality. In this case, this one is on HPL. And today she already made obviously 5 sheets, which is not very fast, but which is okay since the surface is not that easy to produce. As you see, this press is the Susie, which is part of our production team now since 7 years or something like this. And this one is Maria. Maria is our new baby. And this one is Marco. Livio, I guess you know Marco.
Hi.
Marco, say hi. Marco is our head of production. And yeah, and this is Maria. Maria is producing rolls at the moment. Today is just cleaning because we finished a large order. So this is automatic. This is Dieter. Dieter is head of Maria, together with Flo is just somewhere. And Maria is shaking automatically, spraying automatically. And here on that long table, we produce rolls. So here you see the rolls, you see the raw, the backings as, yeah. And then here it gets processed on the machine to make sure that the quality is very high. And with this machine, we are also very good in producing the light versions. So we are producing rolls. Here you see a few of them. So for example, that one is our white eco fleece. As I have shown you before, our white eco fleece, the paper with the low dense coating, this is our light version. And that tiny roll is about 100 or 150 meters or something like this. The width is 132 to 136. And this is our Wildspitze on the flax fleece to get used as a wallpaper. These are about 100 linear meters. Of course, this helps us very much to reduce the shipment costs. And the advantage of the rolls is also that, for example, if you have a room which is 2.6 meters, you just take 2.6 meters times 10 or something like this. So this is good stuff. Hello, Clara.
Hello. Hello.
Here you see how we ship. So this is just, I don't know, a few linear meters of a wallpaper. This is goes to Mexico. This is for our partner there. They ordered 2 rakes with the full setup of the display. There are, I think, 20 HPL inside. And this is the way how we ship. These are 80 square meters of a wallpaper product. So beside the rolls, we also do have all the products also available in 3 meter long sheets. So for example, this one is HPL in the shelf. Here on the other side, you see a lot of more shelves. And you also see Tanya, she's taking care about the packaging And you all know that surface. This is palmboard. And here we are just cleaning the edge that it is nicely when it comes to you. That one gets rolled and then it gets packed, or it goes into the HPL storage where we have our stock program inside. And here are some more shelves where you see, yeah, different surfaces. So for example, that one is cafe as a wallpaper on the brown flexible surface. Here you see rose variations coming on self-adhesive. Here you see sparkling Swarovski elements. This one is a new surface. That one is Echtzund, and that one contains all the ingredients which clean up your lungs, your area in the mouth. This surface is antiviral, antibacterial, and if you use this in your room, you feel much more healthier since we also add a lot of ingredients which improve that function. So this is one of the first steps where we enter a little bit into the direction of healing surfaces, which, for example, do have positive effects on your lungs, for example, or which makes you more focusing on the work or things like this. This is what we're going now more in detail with this. This was our sample room of the references, and this is our sample room for the products what we have in stock. So here I'm selecting now the favorites of surfaces what we are selling. So this one was that Almwiesen. This is, by the way, also one of our most expensive wallpapers, but nevertheless, meanwhile, our most sold wallpapers. Quickly followed from that surface as well, but also that Wildspitze Margarite is one of the very good ones. Then a surface what we sell also very good. This is skeleton leaves. In this case, it comes on the HPL, and also the moss. The moss, the intense green moss, is also one product what we are selling very good. So let's say these are our best sellers, and then quickly followed by the blue cornflowers. Then we have the moss. Let me take this one. The moss on the white eco fleece, and the Blütenpracht, which is this one. So, okay, so these are our best sellers. We see a clear tendency to products which can be rolled. So where you order either 1 meter, 1 linear meter, or 15 linear meters, or 50 linear meters, or something like this. Yeah, here are some more surfaces which are a little bit more special. For example, that one is, from the technical point of view, the same material as this one. Both is grass or hay, but that one is coming from the Tyrolean mountains in about 2000 meters sea level, and that one is coming from the Bayern Munich football stadium in Munich, where we take the grass from the moor and then we produce it on self-adhesive. And this is for the merchandising of the football, so from the football club. So this surface, there is where the famous football players bleed and fight and spit. This is all integrated, and this makes it very unique, and this brings the turnover to the merchandising company. They use it for phone covers, for laptop covers, or for tablet covers, and also for invitations and greetings card and stuff like this. Always explaining the story.
Let me know when you will have a grass from Barcelona stadium.
Okay, how many square meters? You know, the minimum order quantity for test sheets is 4 square meters, and then we're happy to produce 1 sheet with material what either we get from your end or what we arrange on your specification. You can specify you want to have grass from Barcelona. So we do have 2 partners in Barcelona, and then we can arrange the grass from the stadium there, but you should take at least 4 square meters that it makes sense from our side and from your side as well.
Hi, Martin. I would also have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to start with what can you tell us about the care of the product? I'm referring to the natural surfaces, so not the one coated, because that one is quite clear. But when we have the natural raw surface, how do we handle it in time?
You're talking about chairs. I didn't understand it. Perfect. Say again, please.
Okay. So about the care of the product.
The maintenance of the product.
The maintenance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
How do we?
Yeah.
The Verpflegung. Yes.
This is an easy question. It always depends on the situation and, of course, on the surface. Our surface is not protected. So if you take a very wet fabric and wipe on it, after a while you can remove all the surface piece per piece. But just if your fabric is just a little bit wet, you just clean it, or you do vacuum cleaning or stuff like this. At surfaces,
okay,
which
so
are
damp
not
cleaning
protected.
would be recommended, for example, with damp.
Yeah, if you have a fabric which is slightly wet, then it is okay. But of course, it is better if cleaning is dry, for example, by vacuum cleaning or by brushing or something like this.
And then also about the glue that you use, because the tendency nowadays, it's all the time people are asking, is it like natural glue or is it something like chemie and releasing all the time something in the air? Or
it is a natural-based glue. It is 100% biodegradable. There are absolutely no solvents or any other stuff in it. And this glue is also used in food. So most probably in the last days, you already have eaten our glue. And
this is
also,
great news.
yeah. So also when you look on our certificates, then you see a certificate from the US food checking company, and they say our glue also can come in contact with food, for example,
Perfect.
even if it's processed. Another important information is on the certificates, you see 3 or 4 certificates showing that there are no VOC emissions or no other emissions. So we are completely emission-free, even in sauna situations where it tested at 90 degrees. There are also no emissions, and I think this is a quite good statement, and no worries about this.
I have a
And
question.
also about this, sorry, one more question and I'm over.
Yeah.
One question about the smell of the surfaces. How long does it last? Do you have any preference for this?
This is very much depending on the situation. If the surface is used in a quiet, let's say, sleeping room or in a busy shopping mall, then it's very much depending, the duration is very much depending what surface it is. For example, the skeleton leaves almost do not smell. Roses do smell strong, but not long. The Alpine Hay smells a couple of months, but of course, always depending on the situation, while the vanilla is smelling very long, a couple of years. But we know that issue with the smell, which is becoming less by the time. So this is the reason why we are launching now a product to refresh the smell. Yeah, so this is what comes to the market in 2 or 3 weeks, these are the boxes for it, where you can refresh the smell. So if you like Almwiese or roses or lavender, you buy the bottle and then you put it in the room, and then you have that small sticks. These are made out of wool from the valley, and then you stick it into the bottle, and then to the number of sticks you can adjust the intensity of the smell. And one of the big issues was to find the right smell for this one. So now we are collecting the small pieces which are coming during the production, and then we extract it by alcohol, and then finally it comes in a bottle in a concentrate like this, and then you can emit it. And we also add the hair and body and the lotion based with the good ingredients from the Almwiesen, but this is just a side effect.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And
You're welcome.
Another technical question. I saw that you have seamless pattern.
Can I have a question?
Great. Yeah. Yeah, sure. And I would just like to ask you, how wide are your materials? Which is the widest roll you can produce? And I'm out. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your questions. The widest what we ever have been producing was 3 meters and a few centimeters and about 10 meters long. This was for one project, but our standard is 132, 136 centimeters. As you see the rolls, this is our standard, and here we are very quick and fast.
Yeah. I had a question for the about the glue for the wallpaper. Do you provide also the glue, which are not auto adhesives?
No, they are not auto adhesives. Our backing is either flux or the white wallpaper.
Yeah.
And to stick this on the wall, you use the glue you use normally to stick heavy fleece-backed wallpaper to put on the wall. So we recommend one product, which is Auro 380, which is very well known in Austria and in Germany. But we also do have a lot of clients just using a normal glue for wallpapers, for heavy wallpapers, and ideally it's for fleece backed. So you can use puffers or Bayersdorf glue, for example, but everything, yeah, nothing special. This is our experience.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I thought that maybe you also have like the natural glue like you use for the auto adhesives to be also organic, as you said. Good for food also.
This is not possible because our glue needs high temperature and heat to bond. But if you look for a sustainable glue, then look for this in the internet. Auro 380, and this is a very natural based glue, and here we have very good experience here in Austria and Germany as well.
Thank you very much, and for the whole presentation also, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your patience.
Hello, I'm having a question. Can you tell me what's happened with the materials when they are in contact with other liquids, for example, wine or coffee, or what's happened in the sunlight?
in the sunlight, let me see if, okay, this, in the sunlight, here, this is a good sample. This is a very old sample. And here you see, this is the Alpine Hay. And this is quite old, let's say 3-4 years. I just keep it because of the technique. Here you see a difference. There's a little bit more of green because that one is just, let's say, 1 or 2 years old. And freshly produced, there's much more green. So the green chlorophyll will disappear by the time, and the color will change due to this. In our stock program, you see a lot of Alpine Hay based materials. This color will fade out due to the UV light. The brownish colors, and also these two, and the wool, and also the blue cornflowers and the moss, they are quite stable. But it's a natural product, and there's a natural, let's say, it's a little bit of bleaching out due to the sunlight, as all the wood is also reacting like this. In terms of liquids, if I take a glass and if I would empty it, then the natural surface will suck the water and grow, because yeah, the water is going into the fibers, and that will harm the adhesion of the fiber to the next fiber. So water will disappear, but red wine or coffee will left dots. So if you want to use it as a tabletop, for example, then you need to lacquer it to protect it against the stuff. Also at the chairs or at the flooring. The flooring, for example, is coming from our end already including with a polyurethane hot coating, and this is good for restaurants. So restaurant flooring. So this is good for wiping completely wet, to use chemicals to remove dots and all that stuff. But this one is protected.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, someone asked if by treating the surface with different products, does the smell be lost?
The smell is in our product, and if you coat it, you keep the smell more inside. So, for example, at the flooring is still smelling, and but less intense, but we expect longer. So yeah, so when you lacquer it, you reduce the smell, but you do not kill the smell. If you want to kill the smell, because it would be disturbing, you also do have the possibility to keep the product longer at higher temperature in the press, and then the press is emitting the smell, and then we have a very good scent in the production, but the client has less scent if wished.
Okay, thank you. And for flooring, do we have other materials, other models, or there is only one?
This is the surface. You know, we have two technical differences, the click and the glue down version. And this surface is what we have in stock. But we produce for clients, we produce from 50 square meters upwards. We produce surfaces on demand. So this is with birch, for example. So this is possible to produce customized floor from 50 square meters. That one is Wildspitze Light. And here's just some more variations. This is yeah, another stuff. So this is possible, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we can use it anywhere, in our home, hotels, coffee.
Yeah, for example, if you want to have cafe as flooring, this will work fine, but obviously not with vanilla or lavender or peppermint, because here the surface is very structured and then it's not really possible to seal it. So if you select the surface, what you want to have, then select one which is like the Wildspitze or less textured, and then we are on a good side.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's clarify. Sorry, Martin. What means stock products? It's let's say everybody that it's about kind of standard products, but as Martin presented, you can imagine whatever you want, but you have to keep in mind that will take a little bit longer, and the price must be announced after the producer knows what you need. Correct?
Yes. All right. Stock means here we have a few thousand square meters in total of that product is what we have in stock. This is what you have seen outside in the warehouse. This is where we have 100 meters of each or something like this, what we stock. So if we receive your order, Livio, next day we are cutting, rolling, and preparing the shipment, and then you have it within 1 or 2 weeks, as usually. If you're looking for a special surface, then first we need to understand what raw materials you want to have, what is the intended usage, what is the quality and the volume, what we need to deliver. Then we are preparing an offer, and then depending on our production timetable, we can prepare within days, within weeks, but sometimes also just within months. If we need to source the raw material, if you like autumn leaves from the maple tree, this is not available right now since spring is popping up. We need to wait until September, where we can harvest the autumn leaves, for example.
Okay, great.
There's one surface, what I wanted to show is that one looks somehow like the Wildspitze, but there is brown material below. And that brown material is cinnamon and anise and vanilla, and that mixture smells like Christmas. So this is what we have been producing for packaging company, and for them, and then also for us, we're producing pieces. Yeah. Okay. So basically, we have been making a tour around. At the moment, are there any other questions, or is there any wish where I should put more focus on it from your end? Okay.
There are any other questions? No one?
Okay then.
Okay.
Thank you for the presentation, Martin. For everybody, you know us, how you can find us. Any question, any clarification, any order, we are ready to serving you. Good. Okay then. Bye.
Thank you, Martin. Bye-bye.